Welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends. We are going over the Nether Spider. Now, at one time, I thought this was the hardest spider in all of Doom Tower, but not after today. We are using champions that everybody has access to. Now, I was still trying to beat this boss with rares and uncommons today on stream. We were finally able to beat it, but it took a while. So after that, I said, what can we do to keep this spider's turn meter down 100% of the time, but use champions that we all have access to? And I can't believe how well these champions work together. So we have our login reward of High Katoon, Sile the Drakes, Grush. Then we have Armigers, which you can get from Mystery Shards. We have our turn meter reduction on these two. We have turn meter reduction on A1 of Sile the Drakes. Slow speed debuff on Sile the Drakes. Slow speed on High Katoon as well on their A1s. And then we have our Leech from Grush, which is going to keep everybody alive. This works so well. Plus, it helps us get through the waves. It's insane. After this, we're going to sub out our two Armigers for an Allure. We're going to bring in Apothecary instead of High Katoon. There are other options that we do have to make this team even better. But if you are a free-to-play or a low spender and you've been playing for any amount of time, you should for sure have Sile the Drakes and Grush at 60. We can always use High Katoon at 50 or bring in your Apothecary. And then if you don't have two Armigers and you do have an Allure, then you bring in your Allure and you're good to go. Now, it will make a difference whether you can get through the waves or not. If you have the artifacts and the speed and the accuracy, that all matters. But if you do have that, even on hard, you're going to be able to beat this boss. Look at this. Slow speed and Leech. We're going to keep everybody alive with that. If we do have somebody die, we have Sile the Drakes to bring them back to life. So it's not even an issue. Sile is healing. We're getting heals off of this Leech. We get our speed increase. There we go. Armor just did his A2 and healed himself all the way back up. I can't believe that we finally got a break and they're giving us champions that work so well for a boss in here. Now, when we bring in Allure, it's going to be even better because she really drops turn meter even further, and it's going to open up a fifth slot because we can bring in one Allure instead of two Armigers. And then with that fifth slot, we can bring in whatever we want. If you want support to help get through the waves, if you want more healing, if you want more DPS, if you want to bring in a Cold Heart or Septimus, if you have that, it's totally up to you. But it's going to go just as easy as we're doing right now. And everybody can do this. Say you are new to the game and you have these champions. Of course, you're only going to be able to beat the spider on stage 30, 40, 50. You're not going to be able to get that high. Your speed might not be that high. But you can still do 100% crit rate on these Armigers. You can still get your speed at whatever it's at. And you can do well against this boss up to a certain point. And then if you're in game and you're playing this boss on hard, it's just whether you can get through the waves. Because once we get through the waves, depending on how fast you are, as opposed to how fast the boss is, then you'll be able to do the same exact thing we're doing right now. Because the boss is not taking a turn, not damaging us. All we have to do is make sure we keep, well, it's damaging us whenever we do turn meter reduction. It is damaging us. We just got to make sure we keep those people alive. Now, if we had an Allure in here along with our Cold Heart, Allure is going to keep the turn meter down so much that our Cold Heart isn't really going to take that much damage when she does Heartseeker. So whatever we can do to speed it up. Otherwise, you might want to come fight this boss, go make a sandwich, come back, make some coffee, whatever you got to do some chores around the house, and you'll have it completed. Put your phone in your pocket, right? You can always do that. Put your phone in your pocket and go through it. But I'm just surprised. Usually we don't catch a break like this to have such amazing champions to go through a very hard boss encounter like this. But we've got everything we need, and it's beautiful. And again, if we had somebody die, Sile just picks them up so quickly. The ability is there, waiting. It'll go on cooldown once she uses it, of course, but it's just sitting there waiting for somebody to die, and she'll bring you back up right away. And she's healing us every turn. You know how powerful it is. She is so damn powerful. She is one of the top tier legendaries for progression through the game. Grush is a top tier epic to help you through everything, and he's not even doing his A3. AoEs do not happen on this boss. They have it programmed so we can't do AoEs for some reason because they're too scared. We might, AoE the spiderlings, but I kind of prefer, it's good. He's always doing the Leech on his A1 here, but he does have an A3 that would give us a lot of regens that could help out as well. But honestly, it doesn't matter with this group. We're going to do everything we need to here. We got our speed up. We've got our buffs up. We've got our Leech to heal us. And look at that. I mean, how easy can this be? We'll beat this, and then we'll throw in that Allure and see how much faster it can be with the Allure. We'll throw in, if we want to throw in somebody with a decreased defense, we can throw that in the fifth slot. maybe decrease defense with some. It's up to your account. If you want to throw in the Vergus in that 5th slot because you need some more healing or some more speed or turn meter reduction, it's up to you. You throw in whatever you want. You're going to see it in just a minute. This boss is going down under little over 4 minutes. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, we're going to get him. Come on, smack him. One of these armigers should just kill it. Man, I love it. This boss used to be so freaky to me because it would bring out all those poisons. I was trying to use Reliquary Tinder or maybe even 2 Reliquary Tinders to remove them. And now we can just keep it locked down. So we'll take out these 2. We're going to bring in Allure. And then I can beat it with just this team here. I can. We're going to keep High Katoon in here in case you don't have an Apothecary. And you could play her at 50. No problems. You could play her at 40, really. As long as you can make it through the waves without her dying. I should stipulate that. So we'll bring in... Who do you want to bring in? It doesn't matter. Anything. Anything at all. At least, like armor, our Royal Guards won't do the takedowns. They won't do the AoE, the hard-hitting takedowns. Let's just bring in... Why not? Let's just bring in a Cold Heart and see what happens. I've done it 4-man. We did a 4-man on stream already today. So if you just want to do it with these 4, you can. Easy times. But if you want to bring in somebody like this, Dilgol, decrease defense. We got another slow speed here in case we need to pick it up. We could do that for a faster run. But we are looking for any Cold Heart. There we go. All right, let's see what we got now. I do actually like Apothecary in here because Apothecary gives us that 2-turn cooldown on a heal in case we need it. But I haven't seen a problem. Once we have that leech up and we have Sile the Drakes rotating our turns, it's really easy. And I'm curious how you guys are faring on hard. Because on hard, you just need the speed, you need the accuracy, and that's it. It's going to play out exactly the same. So we're taking some damage here, but we have a leech up now. See the damage we took? She's going to do that. And then look, she's healing back from the damage done now. Have we had our Cold Heart pop off yet? And of course, when our Cold Heart does her Heart Seeker and depletes turn meter, she's not going to take as much damage because, look, there it is. She barely took any damage because the turn meter is down low from our Allure here. So this should be a much faster run. So nice. And we're not even using Apothecary. We're using that speed lead to help us out to get even faster. So if you need the speed lead here, try it out. If not, use your Apothecary. If you do have your Apothecary in a Relentless set, if you have your Sile in a Relentless set, anything you can do to help out with Relentless is always welcome, but it's not mandatory. We don't have Relentless on her. We don't have the only person we do have Relentless on right now is our Allure, but it's not needed. Because when she takes an additional turn from Relentless procs, I mean, look at that. It's already down. All the way down. It's a joke boss now. That's it. We got this beat. So now I'm starting to think about all the Doom Tower bosses and how many of them are actually hard. Because to me, this was the hardest one before. But now I've got this boss locked down. That's it. If I need more speed, if I need to bring in something like a Seeker to give me even more speed and more turns, then I'll bring in a Seeker on Relentless if I have to go with this team. Because if I have Apothecary on Relentless, if I have a Seeker on Relentless, it'll still take longer, sure. But if the boss is really that fast, say on floor 110 of hard, or wherever the highest we can find it, it won't matter. I'm going to go make some coffee, and I'll be back, and my boss will be beaten, and I'll be able to move on to the next stages. So I'm loving it. I'm loving this team. I kind of feel like it's a little cheesy. We don't get to see what the boss does, but hey, it works. It really, really works. This one is half the time of the last one. Right around half the time. And if you have an Allure, you should be using her in Fire Knight. You should use her throughout the whole entire game. She's really great. And then, of course, we're going to use her here. Or your Armigers. Either one. It really doesn't matter. I think they're all just as easy. We can look at my speeds. I do have some insane speed on these champions, right? I've got some really good gear. But these I don't. Like this one right here. 204 speed. You know, for your Sile the Drakes, you just want survivability, and you want speed, and you want accuracy. Because she's going to drop turn meter, do the slow speed. She's going to stun people. She's going to revive you. So we don't... With her, it is very open. You could run her with no masteries whatsoever on a support champion like this if you're not trying to go for really high damage. If you just got her, you just want to make her just a support champion that she is. Just really fast. And then if you can put Relentless Gear on here, sure. Put Relentless Gear, 3-turn cooldown, book her out. She is really one of the best legendaries out there for progression. This guy, Garush, is just a beast. I've done a video on him going, he can do damage. He does 2 AoEs. We've got Let's see what kind of gear I have on him. Now him, I've got gear on him to do a massive amount of damage, or at least a good amount of damage. It's not necessary. We don't need that. It does help to go through the waves. Allure, I have her at a pretty fast speed in Relentless, 233 in Relentless. And you need 100% crit rate, just like we need 100% crit rate with our armatures. And then my Cold Heart doesn't matter, because you can put anybody in this slot. My Cold Heart does not matter at all. Let's look at my High Katoon. I just put gear on her, 256 speed. It's not Relentless, it's just a speed set. And I didn't care about anything. I just needed that accuracy. I didn't care about anything else. But getting that accuracy and speed, because we just want this move right here. This move to come here with our turn meter increase and our increased speed to make sure that everybody's keeping up with keeping the turn meter down with our allure or our armatures, either one that you're going to put in here, these two. And it was so easy. I hope this helps people out. I really do. And our armatures here, we just need crit rate, but we do need some speed on them. So 180 speed, 100% chance to crit, and that's all you need. That's it. And some, survivability if you can, but don't worry about getting damage out of these guys, because they're mainly just going to do their A1 to keep the turn meter down. They'll do their A2s if the turn meter is down at like 10%, 5%, really low, but we don't even care. All we want them to do is come in every turn and smack with this A1, drop the turn meter down, drop the turn meter down. So I hope that helped. This boss is no longer scaring me. I'm very happy to go in here and fight this boss, and I can't wait to get up really high and fight this boss on hard. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you all in a video soon.